As I keep saying, everything that I observe and experience and narrate and continue to experience from the psycho trash sex offender psychopaths in Unit 78 and 76, everything that I say they're doing, they admit to doing in one way or another. And I've lived in this building long enough to recognize what prison code is in terms of the psycho trash, psychopaths, sex offenders suddenly, out of the blue, slamming and banging things against whatever shared wall or floor that I happen to have with wherever they happen to be, either 76 directly below or 78. There is a severely disturbed sex offender, psychopath, IT expert who Greenville keeps bragging is their surveillance expert named Jasmine Irizarry. I thankfully haven't had to physically cross paths with her in over a year, but she continues to make her presence known in this building. I suspect that Irizarry, who has demonstrated the ability to pick locks on multiple occasions by unlocking my own door when I was inside of my door, watching her unlocking my door from the outside, I suspect that she moves between Unit 78 and Unit 76. Right now, it's approximately 10:45 p.m. on Sunday, May 25th, 2025, and I'm just quietly lying on my bed after a busy day, cleaning, organizing, cooking, getting groceries, taking things down the hall. I can't leave any trash in here because there are rodents, wiping things down because there are rodents, and doing some more sweeping because there are rodents. And one of the videos I was just now watching 5 minutes ago is a video of a lecture by a apparently very well-spoken, intelligent, educated Catholic priest who appears to be a Jesuit demonologist. And he was discussing how to identify behavioral patterns in people who are literally driven by demons. I know when you use the term demons, it sounds very woo-woo and superstitious almost, like, oh, it's those crazy church ladies who go to church every morning and carry holy water with them who think that demons exist. Well, I really didn't think that demons existed up until I lived in this building, and then started realizing that there are human beings out there who are basically just demons on wheels. And a number of them live in this building. Jasmine Irizarry would be one of them. She's an obsessive, severely sick and twisted, very disturbed, verifiable, clinically diagnosed psychopath who is also a level 3 sex offender, according to the Massachusetts Sex Offender Registry. The two, in conjunction with each other alone, would be bad enough. But Irizarry also verifiably, and according to my own daily personal experience for 11 years now in dealing with this fucking sick and twisted psycho pig, is also an obsessive stalker. She has a borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder. She is on the autism spectrum, so she becomes compulsively violent for very small reasons, right? Like you say, you're doing one little thing that she doesn't like, and then she becomes violent, and she uses surveillance devices like a boss. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean that she has command over dozens of little surveillance devices all over this floor that she apparently is able to access within a few moments of whoever it is that she's trying to perv and creep on suddenly coming into the view of those devices. She doesn't sleep. I've lived in this unit long enough to know that whether she's in 76 or 78, if somebody is making violent slamming and banging noises at any point in the middle of the night when I'm trying to use my bathroom, that is Irizarry, the psycho pig. That is basically diabolical behavior. And because she literally does not sleep, she's also a psychotic, malignant, demonic stalker. She also hacks into people's devices and uses geo-tracking devices to make sure that wherever you go, her creepy psycho friends show up and get in your face and give you a hard time, try to physically assault you, etc. And so this priest, this Jesuit priest, who is some sort of demonology expert, was literally hitting the nail on the head when he was describing people whose behavior is basically demonic. And whoever is in Unit 76 directly below right now, and I suspect it's Irizarry because right as I'm mentioning her name right now, she is starting to electronically assault me once again with the same directed energy weapon that she's been using for at least 5 years, that she herself has admitted to using in multiple written comments on my social media pages, and that continues to be used on me when I lie on this bed, almost always when I'm lying on this bed. She obviously has knowledge of what I say and do in the privacy of this living space. She herself has made comments on social media, obviously doxing her use of surveillance devices and of the directed energy weapon that she likes to brag that she's getting paid a lot of money to use. She said she's getting paid like $300,000 or something to use it. And over the last 10 minutes, while I've been watching this video from this Jesuit, very well-educated, well-spoken, and kind of funny priest who appears to be a demon expert, he's lecturing at a university, so it doesn't mean that all the people who believe in demons are crazy. In fact, his audience seemed to be university professors and students and all that. She started making violent slamming and banging noises repeatedly over the last 10 minutes, every time that this priest mentioned a demonic behavioral trait that matched Irizarry's. So I don't know who's directly below 76 because I cannot see through walls and floors. But from the sudden violent slamming and banging that occurred out of the blue just now, within minutes of me starting to watch this video, and now the use of a directed energy weapon to electronically assault me while I'm quietly lying here, talking about Irizarry, the fat, stinking, perving, creeping, psychotic, psycho pig stalker, well, then I'm right. The violent slamming and banging that only started happening when I started watching this video with my phone on normal volume about demons. Here we go. Once again, she's admitting to what I keep saying she is doing. And then the banging and slamming stopped as soon as I stopped watching the video. It's a little bit like me using the toilet. There is no sudden violent slamming and banging until I physically sit my naked ass down on the toilet. And the slamming and banging only happen when I'm sitting on the toilet. And then when I walk out of my bathroom, there's no further slamming and banging. The same thing now just happened from directly below in 76 when I was watching this video about psycho demons, and now Irizarry is once again slamming me with her directed energy weapon that is exactly what she said, doing exactly what she says it does, which is to aim at my head. So all of a sudden, from one moment to the next, when you get slammed by a directed energy weapon, your head is feeling perfectly fine, you're minding your own business, you feel great, and then boom, you get hit in the head with something that makes you feel like your eyeballs are popping out and your ears are splitting, and you've got like explosive pressure coming out from the inside of your head. It feels like your head is about to explode suddenly. That's happening right now. And if it keeps going, I'm going to call the Greenville group and tell them that Irizarry, the fat, stinking, pedophile, sex offender, psycho trash, psychopath, hate stalking, surveillance using reject, is once again assaulting me with her directed energy weapon that she keeps bragging that she's using and that she's getting paid a lot of money to use. She also said in certain comments that she has it mounted on a tripod, is aiming it at my head. And that, what else did she say? She gets paid $300,000 to use it. It's in her living room. She doesn't have a living room. She's literally directly below right now in 76. I have reason to believe it's her, not anyone else. I mean, she's been using this device since way before the other psychos in the surrounding units moved in. This started happening in 2018. I started reporting it to the Greenville group in 2021. So you do the math on that one. That's way before DaCosta, the fat pedophile pig, in 88 moved in. And it's before the violent psycho thug in 76 moved into 76. I don't know if that giant hulking beast of a filthy animal still lives directly below in 76. If the giant hulking beast of a filthy animal is Irizarry, or if Irizarry's down there with the giant hulking beast of a filthy animal who claims to be an anti-white warrior. It is possible that there's two people in 76, intermittently at least, or maybe they're just switching off. I really don't know. But Irizarry is the demon that I've been aware of. The person who behaves like a demon, okay? I'm not saying she is a demon. She behaves like a demon on wheels. And most of what she does 24/7 is diabolical anyway. So, you do the math on that one. But what the priest was saying was pretty accurate. Oh my God, here we go again. My head is getting blasted by this directed energy device all of a sudden. Yeah, my head is about to explode right now all of a sudden because Irizarry is resuming her use of a directed energy weapon because obviously she doesn't like what I'm saying about her. And therefore, I know that what I'm saying is correct because otherwise it wouldn't bother her to the point where she suddenly, out of the blue, is now once again, within the last few minutes, using the directed energy weapon to electronically assault me while I'm lying here that she has been using for 5 years and that she herself has admitted to using in multiple comments that she made in writing on my social media page. Wow. I mean, I was just watching that video about demons just kind of for fun and out of curiosity. And then Irizarry starts to take it very seriously, becomes repeatedly violent over the last 10 minutes directly below my bed from right below in 76. And now, as soon as I mentioned her name, she started electronically assaulting my head with the same directed energy device that she has been using for years, that I've been reporting that she's been using for years, and that she herself keeps bragging in written comments on my social media page that she is using, telling me that she is aiming it at my head. And that's exactly where I'm getting the sudden eyeball popping pressure right now in my head. Literally, she's aiming it at my head, and that's exactly what I keep experiencing. That's where the pressure starts. So as I keep saying, she confirms everything I say that I'm experiencing and observing her doing. She confirms it every single time.